Hey guys, today first video about Diablo. I want to talk about Rogue, the class that I played now the most in the closed beta this weekend. Next week is open beta with Druid and Necromancer as well. This week only Rogue, Barbarian and Sorcerer. I decided for myself to play Rogue. I'm level 23 as you can see, so that's pretty close to max level in beta. And I want to talk about the best spec that I played so far. I'm pretty sure that I will also play this spec when the game is coming out, because it is a lot of fun and it is very strong. First of all, I want to show you that my gear is decent, but I don't have any crazy stuff that only applies to this build, so the build is not reliable on any items. You can definitely play that build. Maybe later on we even get items that amplify this build, but also there could be other builds that getting very strong with other items as well. So nothing special here that is making my build stronger. It's all about the skill tree. The skill tree is very interesting in my opinion. You go here from basic skills to core skills to agility skills, subterfuge, imbuement, ultimate, and then is more, here's our passives. So interesting is here that different ranged weapon or melee weapon, stuff like this, different kind of attack, more AoE, more single target. This here is a little bit like movement, defensive. This here is defensive, I would say. This here is more movement. This is skills infuse attacks with potential element effects. Okay, an ultimate, I guess I don't have to explain what an ultimate is. So core ability, I go for here for puncture. Why? Because what is very nice, you can just spam it, you gain energy if the mobs are crowd controlled, and it has the ricochet effect with here, when you go, every third cast of puncture will also ricochet up to 2 times. Critical strikes will always ricochet. That means you have automatic and AoE in your super standard attack that you will use just definitely also very much at the start of the game. So that's my definitely recommendation. Go here for this first. Yeah, sure, you need some decent melee weapons like daggers or swords, but that should be no problem. If you have super bad swords or daggers and you only have good ranged weapons, then you could here go for the same. Here this can also ricochet, so I think I would here go for this one if I'm not wrong for this one. But yeah, I play here with puncture. Awesome spell. I will show you gameplay quick after the talk that we have, and I will also go here for rapid fire. Rapid fire are fire 5 arrows, each dealing 149 damage if you have completely built it out, and then each subsequent arrow more crit here, more crit damage, and gain 15 energy cast of rapid fire when it damaged a vulnerable enemy. That is also important later on. Here this one thing, these are because of items. Some items give you 1 additional talent point on this certain talent. Here I skilled nothing. You definitely can go here for something. I use this, it's not bad. I just wanted to come now as close as possible to the ultimates and all these things. Here I choose only this here character. You deal 12% more damage to healthy and injured characters. Healthy are they when they have 80% more life, and 50% less than 50% life. And then we come now to the interesting part. That's the shadow imbuement. That gives your that imbues your weapon with festering shadows. Your next 2 imbuable skills, which is rapid fire, for example, infect enemies for 6 seconds. Infected enemies explode on death, dealing 252 damage to all surrounding enemies, and so on. And also I have here two things: increased real attack against injured enemies infected by shadow imbuement, and also shadow imbuement's primary explosion makes enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. And then if you see, like here, can stun them and also gives you energy back. And later on you can go here down, and this makes here shadow damage as well. And then if that kills an enemy, its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. Enemy are pulled into a death trap. So also again here shadow damage. Shadow damage, you generate 10 energy, so you have kind of endless energy later on. and a lot of damage, and especially a lot of AoE damage. The spec is also decent for single target damage, don't get me wrong, but we all know Diablo is usually not a single target game. Yes, some boss fights, definitely you need it. We also have here the Dark Shroud. Dark Shroud is definitely not bad. It's here. I also have it from an item, that's why it's here blue. Dark Shroud is just that you have 5 shrouds around you. Protective shadows, 8% damage reduction per active shadow. Each time you get direct damage, the damage is reduced and the shadow is consumed. So that's just an easy peasy damage reduction. Not bad to have it. And then the important things I see here are the Shadow Imbuement and the Rapid Fire. Shadow Imbuement, you can always use it on cooldown. I would say cooldown is at the moment around 8 seconds. So just before the fight, put it on. And then also if you need it again in the fight, you can put it again on your weapons. That makes it very strong. You can finish everything off with Puncture, decent single target damage, decent AoE damage. Gives you a little bit energy back if the enemies are in how is it called? My shadow. Sorry, here crowd controlled enemies. So overall a very nice spec. Like I said, gameplay is coming now in a second, and then we will go over it here as well. Here a little bit gameplay of the spec. As you can see, pretty easy to play. I mean, I do nothing special here. Just imbue your weapons, go for the rapid fire, a lot of explosion, a lot of AoE damage, everything is falling down. You have jumps that you can come away. Usually I try just to pull a lot of minions together, a lot of mobs together, or monsters in the case of Diablo, and then I go for the shots. Like I said, also with your standard attack, with the puncture, you can definitely clean up things. It is a decent single target damage, and with the ricochet also a little bit of AoE. Sadly here a little bit of lags. It's in the recording. Let us see if I get also for some very nice pulls. You see everything is just exploding. And then also with the combined talents you get here very nice energy back later on. Here again the same. Another one. Also a decent single target DPS spec with the rapid fires, a little bit better than the barrage then for single target. Let me see, get me here another big pull. Looks so nice, the map. Game is very good designed. Not too much graphic, not too less. It's a real feel good at the moment. Yeah, here nice. Weapons are good. Another pack here. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, definitely the spec gets much better than also with the death trap that we can use, with more energy regeneration, with maybe some special things on the items that we can use later on. So there are a lot of things possible with this spec. Overall, just super nice AoE damage, what we need in Diablo. Nice effects with the explosions. Nice stacks, like also with the energy regeneration and stuff like this, so you don't have to stop really. Yes, the imbuement is a thing. They have an 8-second cooldown on it without Imbuement active, the spec is not that strong. Sure, not useless, because just the puncture is already pretty good. Rapid fire is also pretty good without Imbuement and stuff like this. But like I said, definitely that problem should be not really mattering later on. Because in Diablo, it's usually that you don't have like all the time thousands of mobs around you. You usually have a big pull, super quick break, a big pull, and so on and so on and so on later on. So seems pretty good as spec for me. I like it very much. I like Rogue, so definitely I can only recommend you this if you want to have fun. That's it for this video, guys. See you. Bye bye.